Hello and welcome to The Inquisitive Crafter. I'm Katrina from Crafty Jacks, and today I'm going to be showing you how to wind a plying ball. So what I have here are two little singles balls and a third little felted ball that I'm going to wind onto. I also have a little basket that I'm going to just pop at my feet. And what's going to happen is I'm going to take the two ends of my two singles balls and hold them together. And the reason that you create a plying ball is it's much easier to ply from a little ball on a spindle than it is to ply from anything else. I'm just going to drop those two little balls into there, and then I'm going to start to wind. Now I'm wanting to keep good tension on my singles as I'm winding, and I'm wanting them to wind as evenly as I can possibly get them, so that when I go to ply from them, they are sort of resting beside each other, that there aren't any little curly cues in there. And I can adjust that as I go, putting tension onto the singles to eliminate any of the places where it's sort of tying up on itself, and just adjust them out as I need to. So constantly keeping tension, moving the plying ball around so that it's not just building up in one spot. Now it's best if you do this after you've rested your singles. Now I haven't rested my singles, and I've done that on purpose so that you can see what happens when you don't rest your singles. As you can see, because I have really active twist in my singles right now, it's causing some problems as I'm going to wind this into a plying ball. And it's nothing that is difficult to handle. It's so much easier if you just allow your singles to rest for a little while before you go to wind them into a plying ball. Then you're not going to get things like this where they're curling up on themselves, and you're not going to be fighting with them the whole time that you're winding this. So definitely giving your singles time to rest before you try and wind them into a plying ball is a really great idea. 24 hours is usually enough time. It just sort of allows the fiber time to sort of relax and not be so active and twisty. And so you continue just winding along until you are finished all your singles. You can see that as I work through any of the times that I'm seeing that extra twist, I just give it a little bit of a tug, put some tension back into those singles, and I can work around it. So if you have really, really active twist in your singles, or if you've just learning and you've got some parts that are over twisted, this is absolutely how you would deal with it. Just sort of putting that tension back on, undoing those curly cues so that they're not in your plying ball. And part of the reason that you make a plying ball as well is it just makes it so much easier when you're spindle spinning to ply from it, because then you're not trying to fight with your singles while you're plying on a spindle. It's a little bit easier to fight with your singles when you're plying on a wheel, but on a spindle you've got both your hands busy in trying to manage the spindle, and it can be really tricky to also try and manage your singles at the same time. So that's another reason why we wind plying balls. And I'm coming to the end of one of my singles here. I can see that my singles aren't even, and so I'm just going to break that second single and finish winding this last little bit on. And voila, a little plying ball for me to ply from. And in a future video, I will show you how to ply on your spindle. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have a question that you would like us to answer in a future video, please send your questions to ask@craftyjacks.ca. That's ask@craftyjacks.ca, and we will do our very best to answer that for you. Thank you again. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.